Hi friends, welcome back to another tarot-inspired yoga class. Today we're continuing on with our theme of momentum this week with our new card, the Knight of Swords. Now the Knight of Swords has a motto that I love, maybe you've heard it, where there's a will, there's a way. The Knight of Swords is so laser focused on his goals. He's got his blinders on, nothing will distract him. He's using his pure willpower to get what he wants. So that is the energy we're going to bring to our yoga practice today, to your goals for the year. Think about the last time you were that laser focused that you could block out any distractions around you. You know what you want, you know the steps it takes to get there, and it's so exciting that you forget all the mundane things. Like sometimes you forget to eat, you forget to take breaks, you have to remind yourself to take a pause because you're so excited and focused on your goals. So that is the energy I want you to bring to class today. We're going to bring the creative energy with a very non-traditional yoga practice, a vinyasa class. The only props you'll need today is right at the beginning, we're going to use some blocks to open up our back body a little bit just to start. But after that, no props needed. Just make sure you have lots of space around your yoga mat because we will be kind of moving around a lot and maybe even moving off our mat a few times. So, getting wild and crazy here. We're going to insert some of that focused creative energy to get us motivated and bring on the momentum. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Grab your two blocks if you got them. We're going to be doing some back bends today, so I just want to make sure we spend some time on opening up the back body, opening up the chest and the shoulders. So we're going to lay our back body down on our blocks. So the first block I would put at a medium setting. That's going to be right in the middle of your back, kind of where the bra strap usually sits on your back body. And then the upper block, you can either do medium or high setting. Try out different things, see what feels good for you. And that's just for the back of your head, just to support your head and your neck as we open up. If this feels a little too pointy, if you've got blocks with pointy edges and it's uncomfortable, you can always lay a blanket right on top of both of these to kind of soften it a bit. So start with that lower block, medium setting, right in the mid-back where bra strap sits. Take your time to situate yourself. Already opening up. And then move your block around for your head. Again, medium or high setting, just depends on what feels good for you. I like the medium setting. And just let the back body sink into the blocks. Arms out to the sides. You can just have your feet planted and knees bent, or you can go for a butterfly if you want to get some hip opening in as well. That might feel lovely today. And just close your eyes and focus on sinking into the blocks, opening up the fronts of the shoulders. Getting some nice opening in the back body. Breathe deeply. Thinking about what you want to accomplish with your yoga practice today. How can we use our yoga practice to help us further our goals in the rest of our life? What kind of energy do we need to keep the momentum going and to stay excited about what we want to do? When we're smack dab in the middle of something, sometimes it can feel kind of like a plateau. Maybe you get stuck. It's not as exciting as day one when it's day 15 or whatever. So take a moment to remind yourself of where you want to go, all the work you've done so far. And remember, You are worth putting in the work. You are worthy of achieving your goals, no matter how small or large they are. Taking a few more breaths here, sinking into our blocks, feeling nice and open and ready for our yoga practice. On your next inhale, open your eyes, plant your feet if they haven't already. And to get out of this position, just prop yourself up on your elbows and slowly, slowly lifting back up to a seat, maybe twisting a little bit side to side. Nice opening posture there. So we are done with our blocks, so move them out of the way. We are going to do one more demonstration before we get to our main flow, because there is a transition that's a little funky and weird, something I haven't done before, but I think it's super, super fun. We're going to go from dolphin pose to baby crow pose. Now you might be familiar with typical crow, which is up on the hands. It's an arm balance. Typical crow is more like this position, right? So for baby crow, we're just lowering down onto our forearms for this. So take a moment, sit back, watch my demonstration, and we're gonna work that into our flow later. So dolphin pose is just downward dog on the forearms. So hips are super high, forearms are planted. The forearms are parallel to each other. So to get from dolphin pose to baby crow, we're going to bend the knees as much as you'd like, kind of wing the knees out to the side, make room for the belly. Tiptoe forward just slightly, sink the hips down, and the way I like to do it is with a little, you guessed it, momentum. So I like to lean back, lift the forearms, and then we're just lowering the forearms, lowering the knees as close to the armpits as we can get, rolling up into a tiny little ball, leaning forward, super far, and then we lift the feet up off the mat. As you can see, my face is super close to the ground. You have to lean super, super far to get into that baby crow position. But I find it to be a little more accessible than the typical crow because there's more surface area of the arms on the ground, easier to balance. That might be different for you. If you would rather do a typical crow up on the hands, feel free. Make this flow work for you. So one more time to demo. Starting in dolphin pose, hips up high, forearms on the ground. Make sure the forearms are parallel. Tiptoe the feet forward. Bend the knees, sink the hips down. Lean back. Lean forward, lift the feet, balancing on the forearms. So the trick here is to roll up in the tiniest ball you can manage. Draw the elbows towards the armpits and lean far forward. I promise you won't fall on your face. You're going to be very close. But even if you do, the ground is so close to you that you'll be okay. So give it a try. So there's our demonstration. I think we are ready to get into our main flow. So we're going to move through it a little slowly, once on each side. And then round number 2, move a little faster. So let's get started in Tadasana at the top of the mat. Feet about hip width distance apart. Slight bend in the knees, lengthen the tailbone down. Mountain pose at the top of the mat. Take an inhale and exhale. Ground into the feet. Inhale, sweep the arms up and hook the thumbs together, palms facing out. Slight back bend here as we draw the chest up towards the sky. And exhale, bow forward over the legs. Plant the hands. Step back with the left foot all the way back into lunge. And lower the left knee. Hook the thumbs again. And reach up, slight back bend in Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Sink forward into the hips. Reach up and back with the arms. Draw the chest up towards the sky. Exhale, lower the hands and send the hips back, straighten through the right leg. Bow forward. Inhale, lift back up. Walk the hands forward. Tuck the left toes and draw the right foot up and back. Bend the knee, open the hips. One-legged downward facing dog. Beautiful. From here, flip the dog. So left arm a little closer towards center. Twist open towards the right. Bend through the standing leg and tap the right toes behind you. Lift the right arm up for our flip dog. From here, keep flipping. Lower the hips down towards the mat. Plant the right hand down. If you're off the mat, so am I. That is what's supposed to happen. Reach the left arm up. Use the power of the right foot to lift. Flip dog in the other direction. Lower the hips, coming back the way we came. Plant the left hand. Power of the right foot lifts us up. Keep flipping back to one-legged downward dog. Extend the right foot behind you. Beautiful. Draw knee to nose and extend. Lower the right foot down, moving through vinyasa of your choice. Plank pose. Lower through chaturanga. Inhale, lift up, back bend. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Lower the knees to tabletop and lower down to your belly. Maybe slightly forward on your mat here. From here, locust pose with the elbows bent out to the side. So draw the tailbone down, activate through the legs, maybe lift the knees. Inhale, lift the arms and the feet and the thighs, pressing the pelvis into the mat. Inhale, lift with the strength of the back body. Exhale, lower back down, forehead to mat. On the inhale, moving towards Sphinx pose. So forearms on the mat, elbows underneath shoulders. Draw the chest forward, press the back of the skull back. Inhale here. Exhale, tuck both toes. And inhale, lift to forearm plank. Beautiful. Walk the feet in, moving towards dolphin pose. Here is where we add in our baby crow pose. So take a look at the arms, make sure the forearms are parallel. We're going to walk a little closer, bend through the knees, sink the hips down. Lean back, lean forward, plant the forearms, elbows or knees towards the armpits, and lean forward. Lift the feet. Lower back the way you came. And lifting up onto the feet, into a squat, reach forward. From here, we're going to lean back, boat pose. You can grab behind the knees, keep the knees bent, or extend. And from here, we're going to rock and roll up to a stand. So, roll back, roll forward, plant the feet, stand up in a forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up, clasp the thumbs, slight back bend, and exhale, back to Tadasana. If you're closer to the middle of your mat, step forward, top of the mat. So if that was a little wild and crazy, we're gonna do that same thing on the other side, nice and slow. and then we'll make it more into a flow. So, moving on, side number 2, Tadasana at the front of your mat. Take an inhale and exhale. Feel super grounded here. Inhale, sweep the arms up, clasp the thumbs, palms facing forward. Inhale, slight back bend, draw the chest up and forward. Exhale, fold forward over the legs. Plant the hands, step back with the right foot into a lunge. Lower the right knee. Clasp the thumbs, reach up for Anjaneyasana. Sink into your low lunge. Draw the chest forward and up. Inhale. Exhale, lower the hands, sink the hips back, straighten through the left foot, and bow. Inhale, crawl the hands forward, tuck the right toes, lift the right knee, and sweep the left foot up and back, knee bent, open the hips to the left. One-legged downward dog. Moving towards our flip dog, so maybe move that right hand closer to center. Open the hips to the left. Bend the standing leg. And tap the left toes behind you. Reach the right arm up and overhead. Flip dog. Lower the hips to the mat. Switch the hands. Plant the left hand. Lift the right. Use the power of the left leg to lift up. Flip dog the other way. And lower the hips. Coming back the way we came. Plant the right hand. Press up with the left foot. Flip dog. And coming back to one-legged downward dog. Extend the left foot behind. And bend. Beautiful. Coming back to downward facing dog. Both feet planted. Move through a vinyasa of your choice. Plank pose. Lower the knees. Chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Lower the knees to tabletop. And lower to the belly. Arms bent out to the sides for locust pose. So, lift the knees, press the pelvis into the mat. Inhale, lift the arms, the chest, the legs, the knees, the thighs. Using the back body to lift us up. And exhale, lower. Lifting onto the forearms for Sphinx pose. Elbows under shoulders, planting the forearms. Opening the chest forward, press the back of the skull back. Sphinx pose. Tuck both toes. Press into the forearms and lift the hips for forearm plank. Walk the feet forward. Dolphin pose. Feel free to widen the feet a little bit. Moving from dolphin to baby crow. So, bending the knees, lowering the hips, lean back, lean forward, lift the feet, baby crow. Lower the feet down, lean back, lift the arms into kind of a squat, lower the hips, and lift to this pose. Boat pose, I totally forgot it. From boat pose, we're gonna roll up to a stand. So lean back, lean forward, land on the feet, standing in forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up, clasp the thumbs, slight back bend here, and exhale, Tadasana. Step back to the front of your mat if you're not there already. We were rolling all over the mat. We were moving all around the room, maybe off your mat. A little creative, a little funky, and a little unexpected. which is what I was hoping to give you today. So I hope you enjoyed yourself. We're gonna move through that one more time, a little bit quicker this time, just to make it into more of a flow now that we've gotten the hang of it. So if you don't feel like you've gotten the hang of it, don't worry. We're gonna do it one more time on each side. So take a drink of water, shake it all out. Let's do that one more time. Strong focus, and remember your momentum. Meeting in Tadasana at the top of the mat. Here we go. Clasp the thumbs, reach up, slight back bend. Exhale, fold forward. Plant the hands, step back with the left foot. Anjaneyasana, lift the arms, sink forward. Exhale, lower the hips, extend the right leg, bow forward. Crawl the hands forward, tuck the left toes, send the right foot up and back, open the hips, lower the right toes behind you, flip dog. Lower the hips and switch hands. Lift, flip dog the other way. Lower the hips, switch to the left hand. Lift. Moving back to downward dog, knee towards nose. Extend the leg. Exhale, knee to nose. Downward facing dog. For an extra challenge, maybe a one-legged chaturanga. Moving forward, plank pose. Lower through chaturanga. Lift to back bend. And meet in downward facing dog. Lower the knees, tabletop. Lower down to the belly. From here, inhale, lift. Locust pose. Lower to the belly. Lift up to forearms for Sphinx. Tuck the toes. Lift the hips, forearm plank. Crawl the feet forward. Dolphin pose. Little bit forward. Lean back. Baby crow. Lower down to a squat. Lift the arms. Lean back. Boat pose. Roll back. Roll forward, land on the feet. Forward fold. Clasp the thumbs. Sweep up. Slight back bend. And meet in Tadasana. Step forward. Tadasana, top of the mat. Let's do that one more time, other side. Clasp the thumbs, sweep up, baby back bend. Exhale, fold forward, plant the hands, step the right foot back. Anjaneyasana, clasp the thumbs, reach up, lean forward. Lower the hands, send the hips back, bow forward. Crawl the hands forward, tuck the right toes, sweep the left foot up and back, lower the left toes behind you, flip dog, lower the hips, switch the arms, press up, flip dog the other way, lower, coming back the way we came, and lift, lower both hands, left knee to nose, extend, lower the left foot, maybe a one-legged chaturanga, plank pose, lower, lift up, back bend, exhale, meet in downward facing dog, lower to tabletop, lower to the belly, inhale, lift up, locust pose, and lower to the belly. Lift up onto forearms, Sphinx pose. Tuck the toes, forearm plank. Walk the feet forward, dolphin pose. Preparing for baby crow. Lean back, lean forward, lift the feet, baby crow. Lean back into a squat. Lift the hands, land on the butt, boat pose. Lean back, lean forward, land on the feet, standing forward fold. Clasp the thumbs, reach up, back bend, and meet in Tadasana. In the middle of the mat, at the top of your mat, wherever you are. Beautiful job. We made it through our main flow. I don't know about you, but I am feeling out of breath. So if you feel like you were working hard today, trust me, I was too. But I hope it was fun. Hope it was a little something different than what you're used to, and maybe added a little spark of inspiration and of momentum. So from here, let's just do a ragdoll wherever you are. Feet nice and wide, fold forward over the legs. Make room for the belly. Feel free to bend the knees as much as you'd like. Clasp the elbows and just sway side to side. Spending some time upside down can really help to settle the mind. Move in any way you like, or don't move at all. Listen to what your body is asking for. Lower the hands, and however you'd like to, lower down to your seat. I'm going to turn this way and lower on to the back. Extend all four limbs up to the sky for dead bug pose. Give our limbs a break here. Roll through the wrists and the ankles. Our feet and our hands do so much for us in our yoga practice. So it can be nice to give them some extra love. Bend through the knees, hug them close. Maybe sway side to side, make some circles with the knees. Give the low back an extra massage for all those back bends we were doing. And we'll just end with some supine twists. So, scooch the hips to the left. Get my microphone out of the way here. And lower the knees to the right. Extend the left arm out long. You can gaze to the right or up at the ceiling, whatever feels best for your neck. And just enjoy a gentle twist. Slowly lifting the knees back up to center. Scooch the hips over to the right this time. And lower the knees over to the left. Extend the right arm out to the right. Gazing up at the ceiling or over towards the left. And just breathe into the twist. Slowly lift back up to center. Hug the knees in one more time. Give them a good squeeze. And then we'll set up for our final resting pose in Shavasana. Extend the legs out long. Let the feet flop out to the sides. Take up as much space as you'd like with the arms and the legs. No muscular engagement here as we settle the body. We can settle the mind into one final meditation to end our practice. I hope this vinyasa flow give you a little more focus, a little more inspiration to keep that momentum going into the rest of January and the rest of your year as you conquer your goals. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Stay in Shavasana as long as you'd like,